Former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert directed harsh criticism to his current counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu and his government, which he described as ominous, and called for an immediate cessation of the current war on Gaza, stressing that the elimination of the Islamic resistance movement, Hamas and other war goals announced by Netanyahu is impossible to achieve. In an article in the Haaretz newspaper, Olmert said that Israel currently has two options: either an immediate ceasefire, or the bodies of the hostages will be found later. He explained that the goals of the war on the Gaza Strip announced by Netanyahu were clear from the beginning, that they had no basis and were unattainable, and continued that the current Prime Minister has been stating those goals, including the final elimination of the Islamic resistance movement, Hamas, in a theatrical way with his hands trembling, and it seemed detached from reality. Olmert stressed that if Netanyahu had engaged in the war for the benefit of the citizens of Israel, he would have understood from the very beginning that there was no possibility of fulfilling his vaunted pledge to eradicate Hamas, but the problem is that he is involved in the war for his own personal benefit, he and his family, as he put it. Olmert added that all Israeli officials, including himself, would have been happy to lead a war to eradicate Hamas if it was an achievable goal, but everyone knows that it is a goal that will not be achieved, even if its senior leaders such as Yahya Sinwar and Mohammed Diaf are eliminated. He pointed out that as long as this is the real assessment of the situation, Israel should be ready to change direction. One should not be ashamed to say difficult but necessary things, out of a sense of national responsibility, although what may be said will not be popular in light of the atmosphere of incitement, bravado and arrogance that characterizes the behavior of Netanyahu and his government. Ehud Olmert announced that Israel is currently facing a choice between a ceasefire as part of a deal to return detainees in the hope that most of them will be alive, or a ceasefire without an agreement and without the return of detainees, without even achieving a clear achievement, while accepting a complete loss of the remaining international popular support for Israel.